Alright guys, so I'm going to give you my first impressions of the J Green tune. Now keep in mind there's no 0 to 60 times or any kind of horsepower gains. I'm just going by what I think of the tune from a driver experience standpoint. I did a little launching today. So traction is clearly going to be an issue, and I believe tires will be next on the to-do list. So what have I noticed? Number one is that when I'm at idle, the car is just sounds a lot better. I believe that's because he raised the RPMs at idle, so the car is ready to go at a moment's notice. Okay. The second thing that I've noticed is that the fans seem to be on a lot more frequent, and I believe he probably did something to make sure that the engine is cooling down more often. The next thing that I noticed is that the 4-cylinder mode was deactivated, which actually is really nice because a lot of times when you go into 4-cylinder mode, your car gets a little bit lazy. So the RT is almost ready to go at any moment. As soon as I step on the gas, it's like boom. Oh yeah, yep. So for those of you that have the sport mode button, if you drive around with the sport mode at all times, that's kind of what this feels like. Obviously there's more power and everything like that, but when your car is in sport mode, it's almost like you tap on the gas and you're just like, all right, the car is just ready to rip roar. And that's kind of what the tune feels like. I don't have it in sport mode, but yet it feels like it's in sport mode. So when I do put it in sport mode, it's definitely tire shredder mode, and that's a lot of fun. I think it's a really good tune so far. From a driver experience standpoint, it's clearly more aggressive, and it's a much more noticeable change. Hang on. Yeah. There's more to the car. It definitely has more kick to it, more punch to it. We're going to see how that translates into time and horsepower. But certainly the shifts have gotten a lot more aggressive. And, remember that I got the J Green PCM tune along with the transmission tune. So they're working in sync with one another, and that's creating a very aggressive RT. So that's pretty much what I have to say as of right now. After the dyno meet, I should be able to at least give some 0 to 60s a try, and I'll try and find enough stretch of road to get an 1/8 mile, because I really think with the headers and the tune, really the 0 to 60 is probably not going to change too much. I think the 1/8 mile and the 1/4 mile are where I would see the most benefit. So we're gonna, test it out, do what we always do, and kind of see how it pans out. But traction has certainly become an issue. So, all right, that's pretty much all I have to say, and enjoy the acceleration now.